Did you know that 70% of communication is misunderstood? That's right, 2/3 of what we say gets lost in translation. But here's the good news: the key to clearer, more meaningful conversations is simpler than you think. It's the power of why. Starting every conversation with why can completely change how you connect with your partner. Instead of just talking, you'll understand. Instead of reacting, you'll respond with empathy and insight. Sounds simple, right? But it can completely transform your relationship. In this video, we're diving deep into how asking why unlocks emotional safety, strengthens trust, and sparks real growth. You'll learn how to turn any conversation into an opportunity to build stronger, more meaningful connections. Get ready for a game-changing approach to love, communication, and happiness. Stick around, you won't believe how much why can do for your relationship. Chapter 1: Uncovering the heartbeat of every conversation. Why? First, have you ever felt like you and your partner were speaking different languages? Communication is key to any successful relationship, but it's not just about words. The magic begins when you start with why in every conversation. Instead of diving straight into what you think, asking why gets to the heart of the matter. It forces both people to dig deeper and explore the true motives behind the words. Starting with why in your conversations creates more meaningful exchanges. It helps you connect with your partner's emotions, not just their thoughts. This method also prevents miscommunication, where words may be misunderstood or assumptions are made. According to Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship expert, communication problems are the #1 predictor of divorce. That's a huge red flag. In any relationship, emotions are a priority. Understanding the why behind your partner's feelings brings you closer. Let's be real, feelings are complex, and they aren't always about what's said directly. Sometimes, it's the unspoken emotions that matter most. So, ask yourself, why is my partner reacting this way? What do they need from me right now? By asking why, you're prioritizing emotional intelligence. Research shows that couples who communicate with emotional awareness are happier and more satisfied. That means, rather than just asking what's wrong, try asking, why do you feel this way? This shift in language can open up new layers of understanding. In any conversation, it's crucial to dig beneath the surface. Starting with why helps you get to the real issue, whether it's stress from work or unspoken fears. You'll start hearing your partner in a different way, and they'll feel heard on a deeper level. As Simon Sinek, the author of Start With Why, says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The same can be said about relationships. People don't just hear what you say, they connect with why you say it. Chapter 2: Why Clarity Unlocks Connection. From misunderstandings to meaning. Misunderstandings are inevitable in relationships. But what if we could reduce them by focusing on clarity? When we lead with why, we take a big step toward achieving true clarity in our conversations. It's about eliminating confusion and paving the way for authentic communication. Starting with why helps you both understand each other's needs. Instead of jumping straight to what do you want for dinner? Try, why do you think we're having trouble deciding on dinner? This approach makes the conversation feel less like a transaction and more like a collaboration. Clarity doesn't just make conversations easier, it also builds stronger emotional bonds. Studies show that clear communication between couples can lead to more trust and better emotional intimacy. That's because when you understand each other's motivations, you avoid the pitfalls of misinterpretation. When you understand why someone behaves the way they do, you can adjust your reactions accordingly. This prevents unnecessary arguments and creates a foundation for mutual respect. Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, often emphasizes the importance of understanding each other's needs. By asking why, you can uncover what truly matters to your partner. But clarity isn't just about reducing confusion, it's about making your partner feel heard. If your partner knows you care enough to ask why, it reinforces their sense of value. As the psychologist Carl Rogers once said, the curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. Asking why shows acceptance and opens up the space for growth. So, next time you're having a conversation, don't settle for surface-level answers. Instead, dig deeper. Ask why. It's the simplest tool that can make a world of difference in how you connect with your partner. Chapter 3: Emotional Transparency. How why opens the door to vulnerability. Emotional transparency is one of the strongest pillars of any lasting relationship. But here's the catch: being emotionally open is tough. Vulnerability feels risky, right? This is where the magic of starting with why comes in. Asking why encourages you to be real, to drop your guard and let your true feelings shine through. When you start with why, you invite your partner to share their own emotions in return. It's a two-way street. Instead of holding back, you open up the space for both of you to express your true feelings. This helps both partners feel seen and valued, which is crucial for trust. In fact, research by Dr. Brené Brown reveals that vulnerability fosters stronger connections. People who embrace vulnerability report feeling more connected to their partners. That's because vulnerability allows you to show your authentic self. And when you're authentic, the bond grows even stronger. By starting with why, you signal to your partner that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's a simple question that can spark deep emotional exchanges. Asking why isn't just about gathering information, it's a way of showing empathy and support. As Dr. John Gottman explains, understanding each other's feelings is the foundation of a successful relationship. This strategy works for more than just difficult conversations. It also helps you understand the why behind everyday actions. Why did your partner leave early? Why were they extra quiet today? Instead of assuming the worst, ask questions that help you understand their emotional state. When you ask why, you also create a space for deeper emotional honesty. According to a study from the University of California, couples who engage in emotionally honest conversations have a higher rate of relationship satisfaction. They feel less lonely, even when they're apart. So, if you want to strengthen your relationship and build a deeper connection, start with why. Ask your partner about their feelings and encourage them to do the same. When both partners share openly, emotional walls break down and the connection deepens. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more relationship tips and advice that can change the way you connect with your partner. Chapter 4: Why Connection Feels Like Home. Creating emotional safety in every talk. In any relationship, feeling emotionally safe is crucial. Without emotional safety, we can't truly open up or be ourselves. One powerful way to create this safety is by starting every conversation with why. Asking why shows that you're curious about your partner's thoughts and emotions, making them feel valued and understood. When we start with why, we open a door to deeper connection. Instead of simply reacting to surface-level words, we dig into the intentions and feelings behind them. This leads to more compassionate, meaningful exchanges. Research shows that couples who feel emotionally safe with each other are more likely to stay together and thrive. By focusing on why, you ensure that both partners feel heard and supported. This leads to greater intimacy and trust. As Dr. John Gottman notes in his book The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, couples who communicate with empathy and understanding are better at resolving conflicts and building long-lasting relationships. Emotional safety allows us to share our true selves, flaws and all. It's easy to feel vulnerable, but when we understand the why behind each other's actions, we feel less judged and more connected. This approach helps eliminate defensiveness, allowing partners to react with empathy rather than frustration. You might wonder how this works in practice. Imagine your partner is upset. Instead of jumping to conclusions, asking why can help uncover what's really going on beneath the surface. Maybe they had a stressful day at work, or they're worried about something personal. Starting with why shows that you care about the emotional layer of the conversation, not just the surface issue. Building emotional safety isn't a one-time thing, it's a continuous practice. Regularly starting with why helps create a habit of thoughtful and kind communication. It's about making your partner feel like their emotions matter and that they are accepted for who they are. This consistency will lead to a deeper and more secure emotional bond over time. Chapter 5: Beyond Words. Why your intentions speak louder than what you say. Words are powerful, but intentions are even more so. When you start a conversation with why, you immediately make your intentions clear. Instead of just talking for the sake of talking, you show that there's meaning behind your words. This approach brings authenticity to your conversations and helps both partners better understand each other's true motivations. A lot of miscommunication happens when words aren't backed by genuine intentions. You might say one thing, but your body language or tone of voice says something entirely different. According to a study by Albert Mehrabian, only 7% of communication is based on words, while 93% comes from body language and tone. When you lead with why, you align your words with your intentions, ensuring clarity and reducing the chances of misunderstanding. One example is when you ask your partner, "Why did you act that way?" Instead of assuming their behavior is about you, this question invites them to explain their intentions. It makes the conversation less about blame and more about understanding their perspective. In relationships, understanding why leads to stronger bonds, because it shows you're open to hearing the real message, not just reacting to the words. Intentions also play a major role in how we interpret others' actions. When we ask why, we give our partner the chance to clarify their intentions and motivations. This can change the way we view their behavior and prevent unnecessary conflicts. A study from the University of California found that couples who focus on their partner's intentions are less likely to have major disagreements. By starting with why, you show that you care about the meaning behind the words. It's a simple yet powerful strategy to deepen the connection and understanding between you and your partner. Intentions, after all, are the heart of communication. The clearer the intentions, the stronger the relationship. Chapter 6: The Power of Why, How It Fuels Growth and Love in Relationships. If you want your relationship to grow, you need a strategy that fosters continuous improvement. This is where why comes in. Starting every conversation with why isn't just about resolving conflicts, it's about creating an environment where both partners can grow together. It fuels the relationship with curiosity, openness, and self-awareness, which are essential for long-term happiness. When you ask why, you're pushing yourself and your partner to reflect on their thoughts and actions. This reflective process allows both people to learn about themselves and each other. According to a study by the University of California, couples who engage in reflective conversations are more likely to experience relationship satisfaction over time. Growth in a relationship doesn't always happen overnight. It's a continuous process, and asking why encourages that growth. It helps couples stay connected as they evolve, both individually and as a team. As Dr. Harville Hendrix, author of Getting the Love You Want, says, the path to growth in a relationship is about mutual discovery. By regularly asking why, you make that discovery process intentional and ongoing. The why question also challenges you to look at your actions with honesty. Instead of simply going through the motions, you ask yourself, why did I react this way? This self-awareness helps you address patterns in the relationship, whether they're positive or negative. Couples who practice this kind of self-awareness are more likely to work through challenges and become stronger over time. Another benefit of focusing on why is that it helps you adapt. People change, and so do relationships. By starting with why, you ensure that you're continuously tuning into your partner's evolving needs and desires. This is crucial for preventing stagnation in the relationship. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that couples who adapt to each other's changing needs are more likely to have fulfilling, long-term relationships. Starting with why also creates a culture of mutual respect and support. When both partners understand why they do what they do, they're less likely to judge each other harshly. Instead, they'll see each other as people who are working together to improve and grow. This shift in perspective can drastically change the way you approach challenges and triumphs in your relationship. By consistently practicing why in your conversations, you turn every interaction into an opportunity for growth. It's not just about resolving disagreements, it's about evolving together and strengthening the love you share. Whether you're working through a tough situation or celebrating a victory, starting with why ensures that you stay aligned on the path toward mutual growth and happiness. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss the next tips that can take your relationship to the next level.